How's everybody doing? It is Saturday, 7:22 live update. Just got that severe storm warning, so I thought I would launch this stream and show you why your weather radios, why your weather app, why whatever you got, why it went off, because it probably did. If you're in Benton County, here is a look at the radar. So severe storm warning. It is in effect from now until 8 o'clock. So this storm is a base general severe storm warning. We've got hail size up to quarters, wind speed 60 miles per hour, and impacting portions of Benton County. I do want to zoom in on Mega Doppler. That's the information right there on live radar. But here's Mega Doppler, and here's a look at what we got going on. So we got some lightning in the area, some heavy rain, and we've got a little bit of hail impacting portions of the area too. Here's the hail core. We can see that's at the quarters by the Pond District, just northwest of Centerton, west of Bentonville. That's where the hail core is. So if you are in Bentonville, you're probably hearing some thunder and maybe seeing some lightning. I would stay inside with this one, get the car inside, because you do not want to get that hail on the car. And we do have some winds that we are dealing with too. And we are monitoring the concert at the Walmart Amphitheater too, because we've got Old Dominion headlining. And here is a view of that storm from our Walmart Amphitheater camera, our Pinnacle Parkway Towers camera. We can see some heavy rain off to our north. And again, the storm is producing hail. It is producing some gusty winds. And severe. It is a severe storm. I do want to show you the amphitheater, though. Let me scoot over here and move this camera. Stand by for that. People filing in to the concert, ready for it. And right now it's pretty quiet. Not a whole lot of rain at the amphitheater, but there are some storms off to the northwest. And the reason why I did launch this Facebook Live, I wasn't planning on doing this Facebook Live. It's just that we had a severe storm warning issued for Benton County, and we can see the amphitheater. That storm is to the northwest, so just outside that severe storm warning is the Walmart Amp. So just a little bit west of Interstate 49, we can see the areas that are in the polygon of the severe storm: Centerton, Bentonville, Bella Vista. But the part of the storm that we're watching is the hail core, and that's going down. See, this is what these storms are going to be doing. There's a lot of instability. There's a very subtle energy, so not a whole lot of upper level support. A lot of fuel for these storms, so they're going to bubble up. They're going to get strong, potentially get severe. And once they do, they're going to weaken and collapse and die. And that's what this storm did. Or that's what it's doing. We can see the hail core is way down. Still worth noting, though, just west of Centerton. So pretty rural area. But there are some people who live out here by Pond. We can see Grimsley Junior High, just west of there. Bentonville West High School, just west of that area. Bella Vista, a little bit of hail with this storm too. But it's Saturday evening. People probably wondering why their weather radio went off, why their phone went off. I did send out that update on the weather app, and we can see that storm. So a lot of lightning. So if you are in Bella Vista, you're probably hearing thunder. Bentonville, you're hearing thunder too. Not worried about tornadoes with these storms, but we are concerned about the hail and the damaging wind potential. Farther south, we can see Washington County. looks pretty quiet. Yeah, so here's Emily. Any status for those of us at the amp? So I assume that you're at the amp. Um, but yeah, you got some rain coming in. So let me zoom in. You can see that red label right there. That right there where my mouse is. That's the Walmart amphitheater. It's probably drizzling. There's probably some light rain, but as I zoom out, that's some moderate rain off to the west. And here's the movement of those showers. Pretty much west southwest to east northeast. But those are fizzling out. And that severe storm is northwest of the amphitheater, and that storm is on a weakening trend. That's good news for the concert. I kind of thought this would happen. I did think there was going to be some storms in the area around this time, and I did think that they were going to potentially be strong and maybe even be severe. Just like last night, Fort Smith had a severe storm warning last night. Now, I do want to show you this storm right here. This storm is strong. It is not severe. That's Newton County. Yeah, I'm monitoring the weather chat, the National Weather Service chat too. Yeah, there's some pretty impressive views of this storm here. And we have a camera. Posey Mountain. I bet that's got a real nice view of the storm. Ready? We can see Posey Mountain in the center of the screen. And let's get that pointed west. And we can see the storm. So there is a tower in the way, but we can kind of see the western half of the storm. Here it is. That's the storm. That's the severe storm right there. Brian, Carroll County, you're well east of that severe storm, and I think that is going to be weakening and lifting to the northeast. But that's a view. Storm is moving pretty slowly, moving at around 10 miles per hour. So that is pretty slow. And when storms move that slow and when we have the rain this heavy, I do think that potentially we could be seeing some flood potential here with that. But I do want to show you the hail core. We've been monitoring that, and this was prompted because of the hail core, this severe storm warning. I saw it go up to 1 inch in diameter. National Weather Service issued the warning, but right now the hail core is going down, and it's below 1 inch. It's probably about dime-sized hail. Never really impacted a populated area. You can see the hail core just in between Decatur and the Centerton area. But torrential rain is falling with this storm. That's some heavy rain. We got some lightning. We've got Interstate 49 corridor about to be seeing some of this heavy rain. But the amphitheater, that concert, they're lucking out. If this storm was just a bit farther south, they would be doing some delays. And they might do a delay because there's a lightning bolt just right there. It's not too far away from the Walmart amphitheater. So I wouldn't be surprised if they heard that and they thought about delaying it a little bit. Because when thunder roars, go indoors. You don't want to be outside in that lightning. And here's the Walmart amphitheater. Rain is falling. You can see it if you look closely. It is raining. We're not worried about tornadoes. Nope. Savannah, I see your comment. Any more coming? No. I do think that once this storm dies out, I think that storm coverage for the rest of the evening and tonight, I think it's looking pretty low to near zero, probably just 20%. Oh, I'm sure it did. Gotten cooler on the west side of Bentonville. Yeah. Yep. You probably got that downdraft that's why these storms die, because you get that cold downdraft air, you get the downdraft, and that air is colder, and it kind of pushes out ahead of the storm and just chokes it off, and these storms die. So I think that that's what this storm is doing, and that is good news because don't want it to strengthen. But we just got a flood advisory for Benton County, and that was expected because we're seeing torrential rainfall and this storm is moving very slowly, only around 10 miles per hour. We can put this loop into focus here, and you can see how slow the storm is moving. This is over the past hour and a half, moving very slowly. So Washington County is pretty quiet, but Bentonville, that's where we're seeing the rain. Hail core has gone down even more. So I'll probably end this Facebook Live once the storm dies, because I really do think that once we lose the daytime heating, there'll be no more fuel for these storms. But I do want to show you the instability and show how high it is, because it is pretty high across the area. But the areas that get the rain, it's a lot cooler and the instability is gone, then the storm potential will be going way down. Here's a question. So, do you think it will be gone by 8 at the amp? Yeah, I see gates are open at the amp, but I'm not sure when the music starts. I think it might have been 7:30. But I think by 8 o'clock, there'll still be some rain in the area. I think by 8:39, and then we don't have to worry about any more rain with these storms. But here is a view of live radar, Benton County. So if you live in Rogers, you're probably seeing the skies getting a bit darker. You're probably wondering what's going to be happening. Well, this storm is on a weakening trend, and that's good. But look at all the fuel that we have to deal with. There's a lot of low-level instability, but just no support for organized severe weather. And dew points are off the charts, mid 70s. That is some soupy air. We can see Harrison 74 degrees. They had some rain earlier during the day. Fayetteville 85, Rogers 82, and there's a view of the amphitheater showing that rain coming down. But really, after this, I'm not concerned about any more storms forming for the rest of the overnight. Yep, windy in Pea Ridge. I see your comment. Kylie. And now we can even see the reflectivity is going way down. Let me just pause it at the very end there. See, the hail core is pretty much gone. Lightning's down a little bit too. But there's the amphitheater. I think they're going to miss out on the heavy rain too. So just some light to moderate showers at the Walmart amphitheater. And then yeah, I see your comment about tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow with the rain chances, it will be similar to like what we've been dealing with the past couple of days. There's just so much moisture in place. We have the subtle energy. So I do think there will be some chances for storms tomorrow, but it won't be a washout. So I wouldn't cancel plans tomorrow, but I would have multiple ways to receive warnings just in case we do get a severe warning like this. Beaver Lake for right now or for tomorrow? That is the question. I can show you right now. This storm is dying out, but it is heading your way. And I don't expect them to extend this warning. So we've got about 21 more minutes on this severe storm warning, and I think they will let it expire at 8 o'clock. So here's the latest information from that severe storm warning. The reason why this Facebook Live was launched was this storm right here, and it was because the hail, and it was because of the winds. But this storm is dying out. So for the next couple of hours, I do think the storm will be heading your way, but it is on a weakening trend, and there is some lightning with this storm. So I can't advise you to be outside. If you hear the thunder, I would go indoors because you don't want to be struck by lightning. I've had a few close calls myself with the lightning, and when your ears ring after hearing the thunder, then that will change your view on the whole term. When thunder roars, go indoors. It's going to make you want to go indoors. But yeah, Carroll County, seeing a cell, it's not severe. Let me just zoom way out and just show you the whole coverage area. So River Valley had a few stronger storms earlier during the afternoon. Those are really dying out. We can see that outflow boundary moving through Fort Smith, but you can see that little line. So that green line all the way from Cedarville down into Boonville. Let me put the map into motion here over the past hour or so. You see that straight line. So that right there is an outflow boundary. So that right there could serve as a focus for maybe some more development. So I wouldn't be surprised if in Franklin County, maybe southeastern Sequoia County, LaFleur County, I wouldn't be surprised if they had a pop-up storm. Now, will it be severe? Probably not, but you might see a downpour. You might hear thunder. There is a stronger storm in northern Logan County. That storm is on a weakening trend. Not much lightning with that storm as of right now. That's just to the south of Coal Hill, south of the Altus area, and north of Paris, Arkansas, that is. Here's another little cell in the Newton County area. Not a whole lot of lightning with that either. And there it is. It's gone. Wait, no, it's not. I take that back. This is in the past. This is current. So that cell that's in northern Logan County, that one's dying out too. We can see just east of Paris, some rain, not a whole lot of lightning. So those storms that were stronger earlier during the evening in Franklin, Logan, those are really weakening. Just a few showers right now. But up into Newton County, that storm has a little bit of lightning. It's not severe, not much of a hail core with that. Here's the very latest at the storm that prompted this coverage. Still weakening, but that's some heavy rain. So flooding will be an issue across Interstate 49 with this storm passing through Pea Ridge, Bentonville. The Rogers area will be seeing some of that rain, but the amphitheater is just south of this cell. So probably a cool breeze at the amphitheater. That might not be a bad thing, cooling things out for that concert. Centerton, though, that's some heavy rain. And I can show you this storm. I can show you what it looks like from our Rogers camera. It has a good view of it right here. There's the rain from Rogers, but I'm looking at this storm from Posey Mountain in Garfield. And there it is. We can see it's elevated, not worried about tornadoes with this storm, but it is a severe storm, and that's why we're on it this evening. Reflectivity is going down a bit. I think they will expire the storm. Just 16 more minutes left on this storm. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask away. Tomorrow, another chance of rain. But July 4th is coming up. I think that could be looking dry. Yeah. Very heavy rain in Centerton. Thanks for the update, Shannon. Believe it. Yep. Pouring big time in Centerton. Bethany, yeah. Yeah, we can see that. But Washington County, Madison County looks quiet. It's kind of whoever's the luckiest one doesn't get the rain. Very subtle energy. We know that there are chances for storms coming up over the next couple of days, but it'll be similar to this. Some people will get the rain, some people won't. So I've got rain chances tomorrow, 30, 40%. A bit higher on Monday because there will be a frontal boundary moving in Monday. So I have rain chances a bit higher for Monday. But beyond that, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, rain will be in the forecast. But by Friday, I have hope and my confidence is increasing that July 4th will be dry. Randy, 1 inch in Bella Vista for the rain. Zooming in on Bella Vista, the rain is about to end. Our update from the National Weather Service. Benton County storm is trending downward, but going to leave the severe storm warning in place for the moment. So they'll probably just let it expire. But this storm is not severe anymore. Ready? Let's see the hail core. Gone. Pea Ridge, some very small hail. But the hail was large at one point in time. Reflectivity has gone way down. So I'll probably end this at 8 o'clock. I'll probably stay on for a bit longer. Just to keep an eye on it. The area that we have to watch, though, is down here by this outflow boundary. We can see the boundary now going through Fort Smith. I think there is a potential for a storm to fire up along that. See that green line from Boonville up to Cedarville? I think a storm or two could fire up along that. But Franklin County, just a few cells, not severe. Logan County, seeing some rain. Lightning, though, up in Benton County. And over the next couple of days, we might have to launch the live stream again because we might get another severe storm. And I wouldn't be surprised if that happened tomorrow. You're probably wondering, what's the severe weather risk? Let me show you that. Trying to get the camera to follow me. Gotta hold up your hand. There it is. See, now the camera will follow me as I move around, and that's good. But here is the severe storm warning. That's the strength in that has gone way down. Here's the day one. See, this is a good example. Even though we're not in a severe storm risk, we can still get severe weather. See how it says non-severe storms general? Well, that proved to be wrong. We did have a severe storm. Now let's look at tomorrow. Notice how we're being clipped by the marginal. And I do think this is for tomorrow afternoon, evening hours, because there will be some storms that fire up to our north up here in the Great Lakes region, down into Iowa, down into Missouri, and maybe farther south into our area. So we're going to have to watch tomorrow evening for maybe some of those storms to make it down here. Not totally convinced, but it could happen. Day 3, this is for Monday. Another risk of general non-severe storms. But even though we do not have a severe storm threat, doesn't mean that severe storm chance is 0. As we just saw today and yesterday. So that's why we'll be watching it. Now, here are the precipitation chances. Here's what I made. Notice how we have that small chance this evening. That's going away. I think later on tonight it looks dry, but picking up again tomorrow on Sunday, and then especially Sunday afternoon, evening. And then I do think Monday has the best chance for showers and storms because our frontal boundary looks to be making its way in. And I'll show you why I think that's going to be happening. Here's why. See that little trough? So when I say trough, I mean this feature right here. So this area up by the Dakotas down to the Great Lakes region, that trough, as it moves eastward, I think it will send in a front. And we can see some energy along that front across our area. So I think Monday has the best chance for storms. Here is Wednesday, jet streams north, so any organized severe weather will be north of us. But we still have a lot of moisture in place, still have some subtle energy, so we can't quite take out chances for storms early to midweek next week. But here's Friday. Friday is July 4th. This right here is a ridge. And that means sunny, hot, and dry weather. So I do have confidence that there's a good chance that the 4th of July will be dry. So that's good. But things could change, and we'll keep you updated on what they do. But as of right now, severe storm has been expired. And we thought this was going to happen because there is no more hail core. The gusty winds are way down. Even the reflectivity is down. Still some lightning. But this storm is not severe. Carroll County by Berryville, south of Eureka Springs, west of Berryville. There's a shower, pretty heavy rain, isolated. And we can see this storm is going to continue to move eastward very slowly. And I do think that it will weaken and die out. Cassville, they're seeing some rain, some lightning. River Valley, pretty quiet. So really, I think the threat is over for the evening. We had a report right here in Hiwassee, a report of dime-sized hail in the Hiwassee area. We're actually 3 miles south of Hiwassee. So not quite severe limits, but it was approaching it. Pea Ridge, a little bit of hail showing up, but it's very small and it's moving into a very rural area. And I really don't expect that to increase all that much more. Let's check in on our friends at the Walmart Amphitheater. If you're at the amphitheater and watching this live stream, leave a comment because that's cool. And we're watching out for you. Heavy rain. So they're probably in a little delay here, potentially. Maybe they're playing music. Zoom in. Yeah, so they got a downpour. Pinnacle Country Club. That's a downpour. Just southwest of Pinnacle Hills Promenade. Seeing some heavy rain. But yeah, once this leaves, we're done. So give it 20 minutes. I see your comment, Carrie. HRRR. Now the reason why I have been showing it to everybody is this, and I'll show you why. Because keep in mind how the radar looks right now. And then I'm going to show you what the radar looks like. It's not really matching up with the radar, is it? Fort Smith isn't seeing that, and those storms are already east of Interstate 49, well east. And I'm not buying that. I'm not buying up all those storms blowing up south of Interstate 40. I just really don't have high confidence right now in that model or in any of the models because it's not doing a good job on the initial conditions. So you could pretty much, have that in the back of your mind that it's probably not going to be doing a good job with the future, or at least the immediate future. But that's the storm. I feel sorry for the people in the lawn who are getting the rain. That's some heavy rain. That's the amphitheater. Crazy loud thunder near Cave Springs. Nope, no tornado. Nope. And I do think I'm going to end this live stream because the title to this live stream was, I think I put like severe weather impacting the area. Well, it was impacting the area, but not anymore. So I don't want people to come on this and expect severe weather when it's really not happening. Because it was, but now it's not. Jay drove through the hail heading north toward Hiwassee on I-49. Heavy rain. Well, I hope your car's okay. Hope you're okay. And you don't want to be out in that torrential rain. So nope, nothing is severe right now. I can show you the radar, and I think we are going to say good night. And hope everybody joins us back on the newscast. We've got some news later on tonight. I believe the shows are on time, but it's probably a baseball game on Fox, so the show might go on late. I'm not 100% sure with that one. But the 10 o'clock on KNWA should be good. Oh, yeah, that's right. Fireworks tomorrow. Um, I do think there will be a chance for some rain, Nikita. I do think there will be a chance for some showers and storms potentially, but the latest models really didn't have much. So there are some questions. The chance is not zero, but so I wouldn't not go. Um, unless you're about to leave and look at the radar and there's storms all over the place. But I do think that there is a chance, but it is low. So I hope everybody can have their plans um, happen this weekend. Because these storms are just annoying. They're just popping up and they're just impacting plans, impacting the concert at the Walmart Amphitheater. Hopefully, the fireworks tomorrow, hopefully, those can go off. And thanks for reminding me because we have a great camera where we can see those fireworks. And I do assume you're talking about the Rogers campus because that's where I heard that there were fireworks. We'll be able to see those from our Pinnacle Parkway Towers camera. But yeah, I can show you the future track for tomorrow for Sunday just to show you how models really aren't showing much, but just because the models they actually did hint at this yesterday. Here's HRRR for your Sunday. See how that cluster? See that cluster north of Mountain Home? Zoom in on the radar. Yeah. Yeah, I'll show you. This is the future track though. So I kind of want to be zoomed out just to give the whole idea, the whole area an idea of what they could be seeing. So that little cluster, that could potentially impact the area tomorrow evening, but that looks a little bit later. So earlier during the evening, it looks good, but I think there are some storm chances tomorrow, but I'm not convinced that they'll be impacting the area. See, there's the graph model showing mainly overnights into Monday, but we'll be watching it, and we will let you know what happens. But here's the radar. Here's that storm that did prompt the coverage. It's not severe. A little bit of hail by the Walmart Amphitheater. It's not severe hail, but it is mentionable. It's very small, probably pea-sized hail. I think that scan might have been a little bit old because different product. The base reflectivity is probably newer than the max estimated hail size. So I think that the hail's, north of the amphitheater now, but we should be drying out. Let me check back in on the amphitheater. Still raining. Look at that rainbow. Look at that. Yeah, we got some interesting views of this storm from our cameras. Here's Posey Mountain. That's the storm that's impacting Benton County. And here's Rogers. I do want to look at that rainbow for a second, though. There it is. So, and rainbow is a sign that the rain is ending. Heavy downpour in the Ridge. Yeah, I believe it. Rain is ending. So the concert, I think it looks good from here on out. Probably still some lightning though in the general vicinity though. I do want to mention that. There's the rainbow. One last look at the radar. Reflectivity is going way down. Hail core is going down. Might be going up again. Oh, okay, yeah. Currently at the amp and the show has been paused. Well, hey, thanks for joining in. That's awesome. Yeah, hopefully they can start the show back up again. And here's the reason why the show was paused. Because, well, a severe storm passed by just to the north. Still some lightning in the area, but they're doing the right thing by pausing it because you don't want to be outdoors in this lightning or the heavy rain. But pretty soon, though, this storm will be out of here. And looking behind it, there's not much else. So I think that the show will go on in just a little bit. But we can see a little bit of hail. Hail's trying to grow again in the Rogers area. But pouring in Cassville. There it is. There's the rain in Cassville. Here's a wider view. Yes, I can. Washington County is quiet. Madison County is quiet. Yeah, yeah. If I missed any comments, sorry about that. I was doing the radar, trying to get all the latest information, and sometimes we miss the comments. But we're not just monitoring comments on one platform. There's multiple Facebooks, multiple X's, multiple. There's one YouTube. And people are watching from the website too. So if you live in the Rogers area, north of Mercy Medical Center, near Benton County Memorial Park, there's a little bit of hail, but it's going down. See, that's kind of what these storms do. They just go up, then they go down. But I'll be watching the radar tonight, tomorrow, the next day, the day after that. But that hail core is going down. And the amphitheater is drying out. Old Dominion is the one who is headlining. You can see people hope they're not leaving, hope they didn't cancel it. I see people leaving. But I think you're good. After this cell moves out of the area, there's not much else. Once that leaves, yeah, Huntsville hasn't had much rain, Dwayne. Yeah, it's just kind of luck of the draw. Who gets the rain with the subtle energy? Once this storm moves through, I think we're good, Colin. I just wanted to launch this Facebook Live just to show you how we had a severe storm warning, but now it's over. Still raining, dark skies. I wonder if they canceled it. Yeah, hearing some rumbles of thunder in Rogers, but this storm is moving out of the area. But still, I do want to show you the Rogers area. This storm is no longer severe, but is producing some heavy rain and a little bit of thunder, a little bit of small hail too. Walmart Amphitheater is about to dry out, but they're still seeing the rain. So I think we're good here. Wide view, pretty quiet everywhere except for Benton County and Carroll County. But I don't think these storms will become severe again. And if they do, I'll let you know about it. And hopefully they can get that concert going because I know a lot of people who actually went to that. It doesn't look good. People are leaving. Hmm. Yeah, I feel bad for all the people who bought the lawn tickets. They probably got soaked. Okay, here's a comment. So, extremely loud thunder and literally inches of water on the ground, and it's still raining and blowing in Rogers near Walnut and 49. Yeah, so we did think flooding would be an issue here with this rain because, for one reason, this storm is moving very slowly. Um, yeah, I do hope, Alex, that they're just getting to shelter because you don't want to be outside in the lightning. I personally had some close calls with the lightning, and you do want to get to shelter. When thunder roars, go indoors. They say it for a reason. Lightning is deadly, but it's still raining, and flooding is also deadly. And we are seeing some issues with that. No flood warnings, but raining pretty heavily in the Rogers area. We had rain in the forecast. We did mention that there would be a chance. And this is kind of what it's going to be like for the last couple of days. Pop-up showers and storms during peak heating. Typical summertime stuff when we have the moisture and when we have the subtle energy coming through. We did mention that the amphitheater concert might be delayed from some of this rain. And it's ending soon for the Rogers area. Lightning has gone way down. No more hail with that storm. That is a old headline. Disregard that. Meant to go to Mega Doppler. Yeah, there is a flood advisory for portions of Benton County. I could show you that, actually. Probably not a bad idea. Flood advisory. Moving very slow, and there's that rain. Still seeing. Yeah, the rainbow was beautiful, and the storm structure did look pretty nice. What was the wind speed for this storm? 50. Well, the warning was for 60 miles per hour for the wind speed, but it was probably about 50. It's probably a good estimate there. Yeah, I do appreciate all the comments. Appreciate everybody being on here. Still kind of on here because people are seeing some flooding and people are wondering if they're at the Walmart amphitheater. They're wondering when will this rain end. And I do have some good news for you as we zoom in. Should be ending right about now. A little bit of rain, some light rain, but hope they can get this concert back on the road. But we'll see. Okay, what channel was there not a warning scrolling? That is my question because there should have been because that automatically goes up, and if it didn't, then there was an issue. So what channel were you watching where there wasn't a crawl? Just wondering. Really? What time? Because the warning expired at around 7:50. So if it was in between um 7 and 7:50, I think it might have been 7:15. Stand by. Yes, that warning was issued at about 7:13. So if you were watching from 7:13 to 7:50, you should have got the weather crawl on the screen. Okay, yeah. So Kando, yeah, at 7:55, the severe storm warning expired. Stand by. So they canceled the severe storm warning at 7:49. So that's probably why you never saw it. So there wasn't an issue with that. If you were watching TV at 7:48, you would have saw the warning. But yeah, this storm's dying, and I gotta get some food before this 9 o'clock newscast. One last look at the coverage area. Benton County is seeing the rain. Besides that, it's quiet, and those storms are weakening, and I do not anticipate them to get severe. So, uh, stay tuned for more details coming up tonight on the news, and I hope everybody stays safe. And I'll let you know if we get any more severe storms.